There is finally news about David, or D4VD, if that's how you say his name. If you guys weren't aware, there was a 15-year-old girl inside of the trunk of his Tesla while he was on tour. Mind you, comes to find out he might have been dating the girl. All this information comes out, so on and so forth. This all happened around the end of last year, and there was no arrest. You know, we stopped getting updates about what was going on with David because it was just taking so long. But it looks like things are finally progressing in the Celeste Hernandez and David case. And let's see what's going on. But as always, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I thank you guys for all the love and support, for real. Now let's get into the video.
Major breaking news now. Detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division have arrested singer David Burke for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Burke is being held without bail. The case will be presented to the DA's office on Monday for filing consideration. You may remember, and we've been reporting, Rivas's body was found in the trunk of David's car in September of last year. She was only 14 years old. Again, this breaking news just into our newsroom. We're working to get more information, and we'll continue to follow this story.
We do want to go ahead and bring in now ABC's Alex Stone on the phone to speak more about this case. Alex, you've been following this from the very beginning. What can you tell us? I'm
not gonna lie, it's about time that somebody got arrested, bro. Like, over 8 months. However, a lot of the evidence that they had was online, right? So, you know, you have to verify things. There was Discord. There was all of these things that they needed to figure out. So I guess in that case, I kind of understand, and especially because David isn't just some regular dude that doesn't have any money and, you know, so on and so forth. David is going to have the best lawyer possible. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely going to be fighting for his case. So it's best, you know, honestly, even though it sucks. It took a long time. You know, it felt like nothing was happening, but, you know, I'm happy they did their due diligence and made sure to, you know, cross their T's and dot their I's to make sure that there wasn't any way for him to get out of this, you know. Then I'll be happy. I wish, you know, they wouldn't allowed him to transfer all his houses into his mom's name and do all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the nigga empire fall, nigga. I want to see his shit burn. Fuck is we talking about? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
As far as this breaking information goes this afternoon.
Well, Mark and Michelle, yeah, sources are telling us that this is based off of evidence that the LAPD was able to gather and put together and now is going to be presenting to the LA County DA for a filing decision on Monday. This was not from any kind of indictment. We know that the case had gone to a grand jury. It was expected that there might be an indictment coming sometime soon. We were thinking in the last couple of months or in the next few weeks. This was not from that. We are told that this is evidence that they have been compiling going back to when her body was found last September, that now they have reached a point where they believe they have probable cause, and it's gone to the DA.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so a lot of people wondering, you know, so many things seem to point to him. Why did it take them this long to make the arrest? We know they're pretty methodical about how they do things, but...
Yeah, it's a good question. One of the things that they were waiting on, Mark, was the cause of death. And there was difficulty reaching that cause of death, not to get too graphic, but
they figured out?
Her body was in multiple parts. It was in, we know from court documents, 2 different body bags in the front trunk of that Tesla when her body was found. So it was difficult for the medical examiner to determine the cause of death. So they had to prove or be able to show to the DA that she was murdered, that it wasn't something else where, you know, let's say that she overdosed and then somebody freaked out and put her body in that trunk. They have to be able to prove that it was murder. They now believe that they can do that.
All right.
Yeah, we also know, you know, David, as many entertainers do, had an entourage of people around him at times. I know some other individuals have been considered as drivers of this vehicle or either around. Any information on possibly how this could impact other people that David was around that also may have been around Celeste Rivas?
Michelle, we don't know yet, and if there are any other arrests that are going to be coming in this case. We know that There were a number of witnesses who came and testified in front of the grand jury, again, that this was not an indictment, that this is probable cause that the LAPD put together and moved forward on. But during the grand jury proceedings, which are secret as they're ongoing, that there were a number of other people who came forward, those who are close to David, friends of David, family members of his were subpoenaed to go in front of the grand jury. So if there are other arrests that could be coming, we don't know. But as of right now, he is the only one that we know of under arrest.
All right, singer David under arrest. Alex Stone, ABC News, thank you.
Hey, man, I feel like there's slim to none chance that he had nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing to do with it. And even if he did have nothing to do with it, still throw that nigga behind bars. He was with a 14-year-old. You know, she was 15 at the time that the body was found, but her birthday just had passed, and they were assuming that she passed before she even hit the age of 15. You know what I'm saying? Throw this nigga under the jail. You know what I'm saying? Look into her family too, because it started to seem like when it came to the family, like she ran away. They got her back. She ran away again. And it almost felt like people around her knew where she was or who she was with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is a big no-no. You know, that's something that needs to be, you know, addressed. We need to take care of our kids, man. Our kids need to know that out in the real world, at such a young age, there's nothing out there for you, honestly. But yeah, I think David did it. I think either he did it or he told somebody to do something, or because I don't think this was a one-man mission. I don't think that he would have been able to pull that off on his own. And then especially, why would you leave the car out there for however long on your own? You feel me? So I feel like he did it, and he has an accomplice or accomplices somewhere. Either they knew or they didn't know that they were being an accomplice, maybe just like to drive the car and so on and so forth. But yeah, he's an idiot also. He's an idiot. Like, I think he probably thought he would be at a, I don't even know. He's probably that stupid. I feel like he thought he would be able to make it to the portion of his tour that was out of the country and then just never come back. You know what I'm saying? He was probably weeks away, probably. And they got his ass. So they need to lock that nigga up, throw him under the jail. You feel me? Niggas that do shit like this need to be castrated. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in jail need to know what the fuck he did. You feel me? Bro made good music, but nigga was mentally ill. Fucked up in the brain. But anyway, you guys let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.